Hello, Michelle. How's it going today?
I'm good. Lindsay, I have a question. How
All
do you
right.
feel when you make a mistake? Are you hard on yourself or can you kind of tease yourself and find the humor in things?
I think these days I've gotten better about that actually. Finding
Yeah.
the humor and just being having a lot of grace. We talked about grace
Yes.
a few months ago, having grace for myself. Yeah,
Yes.
so not too bad unless it's a big one. you
Of
know.
course. Right. Of course. It depends on the mistake,
Yeah.
definitely. But we are going to be talking about a really fun expression. And this is one of those that came up naturally because of my personal life. My husband, I think, teased me, calling me a rookie about something. I can't
Yeah.
remember exactly what it was, but we are going to be discussing this expression, rookie mistake. And one of the reasons we are also going to do this is because we have been asked by a listener on YouTube. Guys, you can also leave your questions on YouTube. And this listener wants to hear more about sports. So we are going to be doing many episodes in the future about sports or sports idioms. And this is one of them today. Lindsay,
Yes.
would you like to read
Yes.
the question for
I
us?
would love to, Michelle. This is from Safidine3355. Again
Mhm.
on YouTube, and they said, "Thank you for this beautiful episode. I want you to talk about sports because I've just started learning English and I want to start learning about the things I love. So please, will you do an episode about sports? Thank you." All right.
Definitely. And also to this listener, yeah, we did do a basketball series.
Yes.
Uh so we did a whole series on basketball. So go on over and check that out if you put basketball into the search bar. And you will find a lot of sports episodes. And we are going to definitely take your question and distribute more episodes about sports because I do think it's important. It's great for connection. There are tons of good idioms that get in there.
Mhm.
Um, so what
Yeah.
do you think, Lindsay? Sound good to you?
I do think so. And we're going to, yeah, answer another question about sports in the future, in the next few weeks sometime, Michelle, on All Ears English. So our listeners need to hit follow. Guys, if you're not following the podcast, then you are missing some really good stuff, especially getting into
Mhm.
the holiday season, the new year. It's going to be exciting. So hit
Yes.
that follow button. I'm hoping we're going to have another free live event for all of our listeners at some point in
Ooh.
the holiday season or the beginning of next year. So
Oh,
look
that'd
out
be
for that and
great.
you will miss that if you're not following. Right?
Yes, please hit
Good.
that button. Okay.
Yes. All
So
right.
I already kind of touched on the expression. This is a really fun one that you can use when you're teasing yourself or someone else about a mistake. Lindsay, is
Mhm.
this for very serious mistakes?
Yeah, the idea of a rookie mistake, do you mean,
Yeah.
Michelle?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean,
So
do you think it would say rookie mistake about
rookie
something
mistake. Yeah.
really serious?
No, yeah, no. If you made a big mistake, like what would be a big mistake? I don't know. You like spelled your name wrong on your passport or something. you know? And then you go to the airport
Right.
and you're like,
Right.
"Oh, rookie mistake." No.
Right.
Probably not. This is more like this is about a certain type of thing too. You can be a rookie at something and a pro at
Mhm.
something else because you're just
Mhm.
experienced. It just means in some area you have a little less experience, so you made a beginner's mistake.
Yes, yes, exactly. So, I mean, you could use it on yourself for a bigger mistake, but only in a teasing way about yourself. But you would never say it to someone else about a serious mistake they made, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that it would feel very good. And I think that they would feel self conscious and get upset. So,
Yeah.
but let's talk about this. I mean, Lindsay, would you say rookie mistake?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, if the situation called for it, it would
Hmm.
make sense. Yeah. I
Hmm.
mean, for example, in our IELTS course, so we have our 3 keys IELTS course, which I'm sure a lot of our students know about. We have an entire section called IELTS rookie mistakes. And that
Ah.
is meant to be a fun way of just having fun with naming parts of the course, but it means especially these things will happen to people who have never taken IELTS before. Okay?
Interesting.
Yeah. Mhm.
Right. So, I mean, well, to talk about though, what does this mean? First, we have to talk about what the word rookie means.
Yes, yes.
So,
Mhm.
what is a rookie, Lindsay.
From what I understand, it's just a beginner or someone
Mhm.
who's new. So, for example, this is used a lot in pro sports, and you might hear the announcer, "Okay, here comes the rookie to bat." It
Mhm.
doesn't mean he's a beginner at baseball,
Right.
obviously.
It says
He wouldn't
yes,
be in the
exactly.
pros.
Yes,
No, it
yes.
means he's new in the Major League Baseball in the leagues, right? He's new in the leagues, new in the pros. Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
Here's the
Right.
rookie from Minnesota, right? That kind of thing. Mhm.
Yes, yes, exactly. Or you might hear don't they have an award like the Rookie of the Year, or there was a movie
Oh,
Rookie
yeah.
of the Year,
Oh,
right? So
yeah.
that means the
Mhm.
best player and in their first year of being on the team.
Yes.
So
Right.
again, not new to baseball altogether, but just specific to their first year of pro sports. And it also could be, I saw in one of the dictionaries, it could be about joining a police force or some agency like that. Sometimes they might
Oh.
use the word rookie.
Yeah,
Um,
I would
yeah,
imagine organized, especially possibly like the military, maybe like SEAL teams or something,
yeah,
that kind of place that intersects between military and defense
yeah,
and that sort of area, cops and things could
yeah.
also use that term. I feel like it's also much more common among men. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like
Mhm,
these
mhm,
particular professions tend to draw men more, obviously,
mhm, mhm.
and I hear it more, I don't know, for some reason, but certainly with female sports, you hear it too, I would
Right,
say, like
right.
basketball. Mhm.
Right. Well, it's interesting. I always think of baseball when I hear the word rookie. I
Yeah,
don't
me too.
I don't necessarily think of it as
Mm,
in basketball or the other sports as much. For
I
some, I
think
mean,
you're
perhaps
right,
it is used,
rookie.
but it seems very specific to baseball to me.
Yeah, because I'm
Uh,
trying to think like, football, I don't think they use it in football.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, actually, baseball.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I mean, so like I said the other day, I think Dan called me a rookie about something. I can't remember what it was. It's possible you would use it like, let's say I was having a hard time opening a lock, right? Like, and I was just kind of fiddling with it, and I couldn't get it to go. And he
Yeah.
might say, "Okay, rookie," or "What are you, a rookie?" So
Yeah.
it's this idea of kind of being when you talk about somebody making a mistake as a rookie, yeah, it's Lindsay. It's what you said, that beginner's mistake, but in
A
a
beginner's
little bit
mistake.
of almost. I think it's used more so when you're not a beginner and you make a beginner mistake. That's how I think
Yeah.
it's used a lot.
Right, like, just the term "rookie mistake," right? You made a rookie mistake even though maybe you're an expert. "This is a rookie
Right.
mistake. What are you doing? Why did you do that?" Right? That
Right.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes. So it could be as more um I don't know, a more genuinely, I guess.
Right.
But I think oftentimes it's used in kind of a lighthearted, teasing way, maybe a self-deprecating way as well. So it's the same. It's this idea that you made a mistake that would be simply for a beginner, and
Yes.
when you're not new to something, but you made a mistake as if you were new. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, and everyone does it in their given, expertise, areas of expertise. Sometimes we make rookie mistakes on the
Mm-hmm.
mic too. We do certain
Mm-hmm.
things like laugh into the mic too loudly, which might hurt our listeners' ears. These are
Sorry.
listener mistakes, right? Like, there are certain these are rookie mistakes. Yeah, for example. Yeah.
Right, right. So if Lindsay and I were to make a rookie mistake, I could imagine if I mean Lindsay, sometimes remember I think it was just 2 weeks ago when we were starting to record and we were thinking, why my picture doesn't look good. Oh, is something wrong with the camera and it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
And then I realized that I didn't have the appropriate camera plugged
Oh,
in.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's an example of I could say about myself, rookie mistake, and
Right.
it's a way
Totally.
to just acknowledge, okay, I made this mistake, kind of laugh it off.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Exactly. That 100% happens. Oh, sorry. All right, that was a rookie mistake, not turning off my phone. There you go.
See, perfect timing.
Perfect
Um,
timing.
but let's do some more examples. I mean, what would be another scenario where maybe somebody would say rookie mistake?
Someone's parent goes to the wrong pickup line at school, right? They go to
Mhm.
pick up the first graders when their kid is in kindergarten, maybe something like
Yeah.
that. Oh
Right.
my goodness, I'm sorry, rookie mistake is what you could
Yeah.
say. So we
Mm.
use this to talk about ourselves too, not just to
Mhm.
point at the person and say you've made a mistake, which is interesting.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
And well, and I think that to use it about somebody else, you really have to be comfortable with them. They have to know that you're joking.
Mhm. Yeah.
To use it about yourself, you can do it a little bit more freely because we have
Yeah.
more, I don't know, freedom to kind of tease ourselves without worrying about the
Yeah.
repercussions.
I agree. What's another example, Michelle?
So let's say a friend gives her other friend a chocolate cake when she knows she always eats vanilla. So she might say, "Ah, you're vanilla. I knew that. Rookie mistake."
Right. Okay, now this is interesting because you're saying that you're a rookie when it comes to the knowledge of your friend.
Right, and that I should. It's almost like saying I should have known that. Of course, I knew that.
Yes. Yes. And that's kind of a connection moment because that's
True.
implying that I know you better than this. I should have known you better than this.
Ah, right, right, right. Exactly. So it's very interesting how that acknowledging this mistake can almost just bring about this extra moment of connection that wouldn't have been there before. So in a way, it can be kind of a good thing for
Yeah,
fun.
in some cases,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay, Michelle, can this ever be genuine, would you say?
Yeah, we were touching on this a little bit before, but can it ever not be kind of a way to tease or be funny?
Yeah.
I think you could say, "Oh, she made a rookie mistake today, but it's okay because she's brand new to this job. She will learn." So you
Yeah.
could do it, but again, you have to be. It could be a little insulting, right? So you
Mhm.
want to think about how you're using it and just be careful with
Yeah.
that.
Well, actually, that makes me because you said police. So there's a TV show we used to watch at home. I think it's coming back on soon called The Rookie.
Hmm.
And it's do you know that
Oh,
show?
I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
It's another cop show. So it's the LA, Los Angeles
Mhm.
cops for one
Mhm.
district. And it's just, the inner workings of being a cop and the office politics and all of relationships and everything.
Mhm.
But yeah, the one guy that's kind of the star of the show, the protagonist kind of he's a rookie when he first starts, right? And so
Mhm.
like from his perspective and yeah, so that's a good example of this word being used even to name a show. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes, exactly. So, I typically think of it as being more this way to tease, joke around. But
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, that's a perfect example of this TV show. And but there are other ways to express this idea of a kind of a silly mistake.
Yeah.
Lindsay, what are some other things you could say?
Blunder. I love this word. Yeah.
Yeah,
Blunder. I never use it, but
blender.
it's really if our listeners, guys, if you could start using this word, very high level. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Um what kind of a mistake is a blunder, Michelle?
It's like, um, I'm imagining, oh, maybe a hot mic incident in a debate or something, right? So,
Yes.
what is that?
Yes.
What is a hot mic?
A hot mic, a hot mic. I love that term. It just means that you were speaking, you didn't realize the microphone was on. So you
Yes,
were making comments under your breath, maybe to yourself during a debate or something,
yes,
or that could also happen. A hot mic in like a loudspeaker situation,
yep,
something like that. When
yep.
you're in an office, but you're connected to a loudspeaker and your mic is on.
Ooh.
It's been known to happen. It's been known
Oh,
to happen.
absolutely. It's very scary. You have to be very careful. Yeah. So, but that would be an example of a blunder. That's kind of a big mistake, right? A big embarrassing mistake.
Or a slip up. A
Mhm.
slip up. Very similar, right?
Yeah.
I made a slip up. I think the difference between these 2 are gonna be it's gonna be hard. It's parsing real very specific. Do you think of anything between these 2 that are different? Slip up and a blunder?
To
I
me, a
mean
blunder seems slightly more intense, but
mm, yeah.
yes and no. I mean, in general, I wouldn't really think of a huge difference, but a slip up to me seems a little bit more minor than a blunder.
Yeah, I think a slip up can also be used when you make a mistake in self control. Like
Mhm.
you, let's say you
Ah.
were on a diet that week. You're like, I'm not going to eat cheese, even though cheese is the best food on earth, right? I'm just not going to eat cheese. And then, oh, I had a slip up last night and I had
Right.
some cheese, right?
Right, right,
It's
right,
a
right. You're trying
mistake
to
in your
break a
self control.
habit. You're trying to
Yes.
break some sort of habit, like
Yeah.
you're biting your nails, and
Yeah.
then you say, "Oh, I got
Hmm.
anxious and I had a slip up," something like that.
Yep. Yep. And then we can say silly me. And this is what we
Silly
might
me.
say about ourselves. If we,
Exactly.
this would be like, oh, you knock over a cup of water.
Yeah, something
Right.
very small, silly me. And then
Mm-hmm.
I found this one when I was looking up different ideas. Schoolboy boy error. Have you heard of this, Lindsay?
Not
You're
really, but I
completely
can
this.
imagine what it
Yeah,
means, right?
it seems
This
like
idea
similar.
is something that like a kid with no experience would
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
right? That sort of thing. Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Interesting. So should we do a role play with a few of these?
Yes, let's do it, Michelle. So here we are close friends and we're working together at a coffee shop. Sometimes I have fantasies about just working in a coffee shop, just like just change everything and just like go become an employee in a coffee shop.
Yes, yes. It doesn't.
It's
It
kind of
probably seems
romantic.
more romantic. I was gonna say romantic. I was gonna say it seems probably seems more romantic than it actually
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
And yep, and not romantic in like the love sense, guys.
Right.
It's romantic. This is the other way of
This
using
is a whole
romantic.
episode. Yeah.
This is another episode for another day, guys.
Yes.
Hit follow on the show. We can only do so much in one day.
Yes.
All right. So Michelle, can you start us off?
All right. Here we go. Lindsay, you were supposed to make this with almond milk.
Oh my gosh, rookie mistake.
It's okay. I've made many slip ups in my day.
Well, where is the almond milk anyway?
Oh, silly me. It's in the fridge in the back. Sorry about that.
Nice. This felt pretty natural,
Mhm.
because the truth
Mhm.
is we do make mistakes all of the time.
Yes.
You could probably count like 30 I made just yesterday, and so we need things to say when this happens, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Exactly. So I said you were supposed to make this with almond milk. So you say, oh my gosh, rookie mistake. So probably, you've been working there for a while and you realized you hit the wrong button or you just, didn't listen or you just picked up the wrong bottle.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to make you feel better, or you're trying to make me feel better. I say, it's okay. I've made many slip ups in my day. And
Mhm.
in my day means in your tenure working at that coffee
Right.
shop, right?
Right.
Yeah.
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 And then you asked where the almond milk was, and I said, "Oh, silly me! It's in the fridge in the back." So I'm saying, "Oh, it's not even here." So I'm saying, "Silly me!" Like I'm supposed to put those out, all the milk out.
Nice. That was a good example. I do have a question that I think our listeners might be thinking right now,
Yes.
Michelle. So these phrases we learned today, rookie mistake, blunder, slip up, silly me, do these apply when we make an English mistake? Like when we make a mistake, we make a grammar mistake. We know we've just said that grammar point wrong. I mean, on this show, we believe in connection. So the point is when you make that mistake, you seek the connection. You
Mhm.
maybe laugh at yourself, you make eye contact, but do we actually comment on our own mistakes? Oh, rookie mistake. Let me change that. Let me say it this way.
I think it depends on your individual personality. I
Yeah.
think that you can certainly do that. If you feel pretty just lighthearted, you're not taking yourself too seriously, you're able to maybe just laugh at yourself when you make mistakes in general in your life, then I would say there's nothing wrong with saying one of these, depending on the situation. I wouldn't say it in the middle of a presentation at school.
Yeah.
Um,
Totally. Totally.
but
Yeah.
if you kind of mess up a verb tense to
Yeah.
somebody, you could actually connect to that person by saying, "Oh my gosh, rookie mistake." Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think so. I think it could be a good fun connection moment because I think it
Yeah.
actually shows an extra level of knowledge because
Yeah.
you're saying, "Oh, I know I made that mistake."
Right. I think
So,
that, yeah, I think my takeaway from what you said, Michelle, is that you ask yourself the question, is this going to serve connection right now? Right.
yeah.
Sometimes it's not going to because all of us are going to make a lot of mistakes. We
Yeah.
understand that. If we do this every time, make a
No.
comment on our mistake,
Oh, no, no, no,
it's
no.
gonna prevent the connection. But if there's one key moment in which there's like a lull in the conversation, you're like dropping a joke about yourself in that sense, yes, that serves connection. In that case, go for it. Right?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Very good point, Lindsay. Guys, head on over to the Business English podcast, one of our other podcasts here at All Ears English. Episode 328, we did Never Mind How to Respond to a Coworker's Mistake. So, more
Yes.
about mistakes over there. So, go ahead and listen to that one and hit follow on the Business English podcast as well.
All right. And that's it, Michelle. That's where I want to leave our listeners. We all make mistakes, and that's what we're all
Mhm.
about. We just don't let it affect our quality of our life and the connection interactions in our
Yep.
lives, right?
Yep.
That's the key. Love it.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
Lindsay. And thanks to our listener for that question. Definitely listen up for some more sports type episodes in the future.
Coming soon. All right, Michelle. Talk soon.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.